So Washington's Department of Retirement Systems recently made some significant changes to the Leoff 2 pension system, and it affects everybody, whether you're retired, currently working, or is going to be a new hire in the coming future. So today we're going to go over how the Leoff Plan 2 system works, and this is the new system that is put in place that's effective January of 2023. In fact, if you go over to the DRS's website right now and look at the Leoff Plan 2 information page, it is still not up to date. It's still showing the old pension formula. So once you forget the old formula and how you thought the plan works, this new plan has a different pension formula. So let's dive right into it. So the old pension system was, for anyone on the Leoff Plan 2, was you got 2% for every single year that you worked. There was no cap on it, and they based that total percentage off the average of your top 5 years, right? So that is now gone. The new pension system is you get 2% for years 1 through 15, right? So in your first 15 years, you're still going to accrue at 2% per year. Now, after that, you get enhanced benefits. The enhanced benefits pay 2.5% for every year you've worked from years 16 through 25, right? So that's 10 years total. You can earn up to 2.5% per year. Any years you work past your 25th year of service accrues at the normal 2%. Right? So how does this impact you guys? So as an example, let's say you're earning, just to make numbers easy, $100,000. That was your average top 5 years. If you worked 25 years in the system, you would earn 2% for your first 15 years. That would be 30%. And then year 16 through 25, you earn at 2.5%. So 10 times that 2.5%, that's 25%, right? So you add those two together, that's 55%. Right, so you're gonna get 55% of your top 5 years, which we said was 100,000. That gives you $55,000 per year. How does this compare to the old system? The old system would give you 2% straight. You'd only get about $50,000 per year. So you got an extra $5,000 per year from this new enhanced benefit system, right? So keep in mind that number I just gave you, that's what they call option 1 of your full retirement benefit formula. If you have a spouse or any kind of beneficiary you're wanting to pass the pension on to, in the case that you're to pass away, you're going to be looking at survivorship options, in which case you're going to take a reduced benefit, and they're either going to get all that benefit, 2/3 of it, or half of it. Now that survivorship option is something you elect on your retirement application. Nothing you have to worry about until then. And of course, I have a full video coming out that'll explain all of that to you as well. Now on this enhanced benefit system, you're still going to be contributing currently at 8.5% into the plan. I believe it's 8.53 to be exact. Remember, this number is the money that you are currently contributing on each paycheck every single year into the Leoff Plan 2 pension system. It is subject to change, so it can rise and fall depending on if the trustees see that they need more money to keep the funds going. The reason for the enhancement is, of course, you guys have excess funds in the Leoff 2 benefits, so your pension system's in very good shape, so much so that they're actually increasing the benefits to the all members in Leoff Plan 2. Now, in order to be vested into the Leoff 2 pension system, all you need is 5 years of service. That's it. All right. So once you have 5 years, you are fully vested and eligible for a pension upon your full retirement age. So what is the full retirement age? It's actually only age 53. So if you have 5 years of service and are at least 53 years old, you could retire and start collecting a pension right away. Keep in mind, though, that if you were to retire and come back to work in a Leoff 2 benefit area, your pension is going to be suspended. You can't, retire and then get rehired in the same position. If you work for a different state entity, you have to kind of check with the local departments to see how that impacts it. And of course, you work for a private employer, there is no impact. You can still get your Leoff pension and earn whatever salary you earn from that current job, and they don't impact the benefits at all. Now, if you're wanting to retire early from the Leoff Plan 2 system, the earliest you're allowed to retire is at age 50. And in order to do so, you need to have at least 20 years of service credits in the system, right? So if you have at least 20 years of service credits and you're age 50, you can then decide to retire and collect your benefits early. Of course, there are penalties that come along with that. So the penalties in Leoff 2 is they're going to deduct 3% for every year you go early. So if you wanted to collect your benefits at 52, they're going to take the 3% cut. You only get 97% of what you're entitled to, and so forth and so on. So at age 50, you'd be taking a 9% hit. So it may sound steep to some people. It really depends on the numbers. In the past, I've done comparison videos when I covered the TERS and PERS 2 pension system, which is very similar to Leoff 2 in the way it works. And it actually made sense for these people to collect at 55 and take a 50% cut. So a 9% cut might not be too bad. The one thing to know that is Left 2 does have an indexing feature. So if you were to say separate service at age 50 and not collect your benefit, right? So you say, I'm not working as a firefighter, police officer anymore, I'm going to do something else, but I don't want to take that penalty, so I'm not going to collect it. They actually have a built-in cost of living adjustment to increase that benefit. So when you incorporate that cost on top of the penalty, it may or may not make sense to collect your benefit early. All right, so now let's talk about how this new enhanced Left 2 benefit affects everybody. So if you are a retiree and you retired either on or before February 1st of 2021, you're going to get a one-time lump sum that's equal to $100 times the number of service credit months that you worked, right? So if you had 200 service credit months, you would get about $20,000 from the system. And then your benefits, of course, you can either choose to take it all in full, pay taxes on it. You can roll into your retirement account, DCP, IRA, or if it's at least $20,000, you can actually purchase an annuity from DRS, and you'd get another guaranteed income stream. They'd actually combine it with your current Left 2 pension. And this lump sum does not impact your current pension at all. You're still going to continue to get that for the rest of your life, right? This is just kind of an extra money that they had in the plan. They're just dishing it out to everybody. If people on Left 1, same goes for you. You can get the one-time lump sum. The calculations are the same. You just don't have the option to purchase the annuity. You have to take this money in cash or move it into an IRA account. If you were retired due to a service-related disability, you will get the greater of $20,000 or the $100 times however many months you have. So you get whatever one's greater. Now, anyone that is actively working in the Left 2 system still, and you are hired before February 1st of 2021, or you decide to retire between February 2nd, 2021 and October 2022, you guys have the option to either elect the lump sum benefit or the enhanced pension option that I talked in this video. So if you go with the lump sum option, you're only going to get the old pension formula, right? You're going to get 2% for all the years you work. You don't get that 2.5% bump. You're going to get this chunk of change. You can, do what you want with it. Again, purchase the annuity, roll it over, or cash it out. Or you can go choose to do the enhanced benefit. You forfeit the lump sum, and then you get this higher pension for the rest of your life. If you want to know which one is better for you, obviously depends on your situation, what company you need the money for. And the comparisons that I've personally run on it, in most cases, you're going to break even in about 7.5 years if you decide to go with the enhanced benefit option. And seeing that many people in Left retire in their 50s, by the time you're in your early to mid 60s, you're already breaking even, and now you're making more in the system. This is especially important if you have a spouse you're wanting to pass your pension on to. So just something to think about when you go to make that choice. This choice is not something you have to make until you retire. So until you turn retire paperwork, you don't have to make a choice. Whatever choice you do make is irrevocable. You can't be changed. So you want to think about this before turning in your retirement application. Now, for anyone that has been hired after February 1st of 2021, you are automatically on the enhanced benefit formula. You don't have the option for a lump sum. There's nothing you need to do. This is your new pension formula. The next thing you need to know about being a Left Plan 2 member is that you could potentially qualify for the Pension Protection Allowance Fund that essentially lets you write off up to $3,000 of any kind of health insurance premium that you're paying. So this is a bill that passed back in 2006 that specifically allows public safety officers, so that includes ambulance workers, firefighters, police officers, correction officers, you name it. You have this option to exclude up to $3,000 of income on your taxes if you're using the money from your pension to pay for health insurance. Now, in order to qualify this, obviously you have to work as a public safety officer in some capacity. Next, you have to be retired, and you have to retire at your normal retirement age. If you retire early, you forfeit this benefit. So you must retire at your full retirement age, which is age 53. And the third requirement is that you have to have health insurance that's being deducted directly from your pension payment. If you're paying out of pocket, money coming from your savings account or something you're putting on a credit card, that doesn't count. It has to be a direct deduction from your Left pension that goes directly to the insurance company. It can't come to you first and then you send it to the insurance company. So those are the requirements in order to qualify for this. If you're wondering kind of how that works, if you are on a PEB medical plan in your retirement, Most times PEB is coming off of your pension directly. And if it's not, you can fill out a form to switch it over so it is, because not only are you going to get the deduction from paying it pre-tax, you have an additional $3,000 you can exclude from your medical benefits. So if you don't already have your PEB being directly deducted from your left plan to pension, there's a form you can fill out to change that so that it is coming off of there. Then that's going to make you eligible for the Pension Protection Act and allow you to write up to $3,000 off of your income each year. Now, in order to enroll in this plan, there is a form. I'm going to link it in the description below. You fill it out, turn to DRS, and then they'll send you a letter in January, right around tax time, to let you know how much of your premium qualified for this benefit. Next, we're going to go over your DCP plan. So in many cases, all the new hires are being automatically enrolled into the state's deferred compensation plan, right? The DCP. As of recording of this video, you're still only allowed to do pre-tax contributions into the plan. However, a bill passed earlier this year that's going to allow you guys to have the option to do Roth contributions no later than next December of 2023. So Roth is coming for you guys. But until then, you guys are kind of stuck in a way of putting money in on a pre-tax basis. Now, just because they default you, that doesn't mean you have to stick with that amount. You have full flexibility in the deferred compensation plan. So you can start your contribution anytime you want to, stop, increase and decrease your benefit at any given time. So if you're getting defaulted in at 3% and you're like, hey, I want to do more than that, easy. Go in online, you can fill out the form and change it. You can put 5, 10, whatever percentage you want into the plan. Your contribution limits depend on how old you are and what the current IRS rules say. So starting in 2023, you can go up to $22,500. If you are under the age of 50, you can do a full $30,000 if you're over the age of 50 and 23. So you have a lot of room to put money into this deferred compensation plan. Now, if you need help choosing the investments in there, because I know you guys are far too busy to be doing research and try to see which of the 8 options that DRS gives you that you should be invested in, I have a full service where all I do is give you guidance on your DCP plan, telling you what to buy, what to sell, and when to do it. So if you want to check that out, I have the link in the description below. It's just called, Plan 3 DCP Investment Advice, monthly subscription, cancel anytime you want. I made it very affordable. So it's just one less thing you guys have to worry about. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up so it can spread to more Left 2 employees. Please share it with a friend and consider subscribing so you don't miss future updates like this one. I'll see you guys next week. Remember that your future depends on what you do today.